All right, everybody. Hope that I, I am not a, editing guy. You know, they got these guys that can put these pop-ups in the, up in the corner. You know, they'll point up in the corner and something will play. I don't know nothing about any of that. I basically have a very basic editing program that lets me line up clips. And there may be the possibility that I could do all that with this software. I just don't know how to do it, and don't know that I have the time to learn. I appreciate uh, the the whole editing part of the videos. I watch a lot of YouTube guys, and I appreciate these guys that do that. They get in there and they figure it out, and they know how to do that. I just don't. Okay, and I don't know that. I mean, I'm busier than a one arm paper hanger, but anyway. So and here I go. My notes are right there, and they right across the top. It says rant. Don't rant. Uh, you know, or don't rumble, or don't carry on about something crazy. But anyway, okay. At the Wiggins Knife Show, uh, which I was very fortunate to come out there, looking pretty good. So I was all right. Didn't cost me any money. I didn't spend much money and didn't make much money, but boy, I had a blast and got to meet all the folks that I care a lot about. So anyway, but that event was sponsored by this place, Deep South Cutlery, Wiggins, Mississippi. Phone number is right there. All right. Now then, a word about Deep South. They are some of the best people in Stone County. It's the Bond family. They've been here for generations. Well, a couple of generations probably. I just don't know. Their roots are wide and they're strong, and they're just good. They're good people. Family full of preachers, all God fearing Baptist folks. That I love each and every one of them. They're my friends. Now on their lives, if y'all, those of you who follow me over there, because I go every time they have an auction, and I usually visit them at least once, maybe twice a week, just check in and see what's going on. Or they have a fellow, I don't employee slash associate slash friend slash brother in Blades is what he is. He's my brother in Blades. Uh, he just straight up calls me Barlow, and I love everything about him. He's just a great person. I've known him since he was in high school. Well, maybe a little before that. Back in the day, I'm his senior by a few years. But at one point, uh, he would post up, and they'd get the ball inside there to him. He'd take it to the hoop, okay? And his name is Kevin Stubbs, Kevin Jawan Stubbs. He's been a police officer. He's run for several offices in Stone County. He's served our community well. He is I don't want to call him an evangelist, but he witnesses to people. He takes people under his arm. He's just a good person for the community. Okay, Kevin Jawan Stubbs. But the main thing is he can cook. That boy can throw down. Let me tell you, to get in there where you fit in there, chicken bone. Let me tell you, he can get it done. Okay, fried pork chops. I ate them. I brought 4 home, and I ate 2 of them one day and 2 of them the next day. And I'm talking about my face got chapped trying to lick all that off my face. Okay, I'm just telling you, that's how good it is. Anyway, during the show, I went through my entire knife collection. Just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of knives, and I found something that I've been meaning to give to him. I just couldn't. I just never had it in my hand when I was walking out the door. Anyway, it was a boning knife made by a company called Keene. That's Keene. Okay, pretty high end knife, kitchen knife. But I knew that being a knife guy, that Kevin Stubbs would appreciate that. Okay, so the show's over. Everybody's back around. I'll pull up down there. I think it was last Thursday, or maybe it was Wednesday. They were doing their pre-show, and that they do every week on YouTube. Kevin and Seth get in there, and they chop it up, and then Preacher Billy Ray and Stubbs, they do a Facebook live where they go through and show the inventory of what's available, because that's stuff that their inventory is in flux. It's always changing. They'll go buy out a collection, and it'll come in, and the next auction half of it'll be gone. So they go over and they update what's available on their blade. Deep South Cutlery, Wiggins, Mississippi. There's your phone number again. And let me say this. Brother Seth dropped a short last night about Queen Cutlery pocket knife. Same one you get off of SMKW. Okay, exactly. Okay, same knife. Comes from Bear & Son. Okay, Mr. Griffey over there and Billy Ray are very close, and he gets an opportunity to get things. Not that other people can't get them, but they have if you want to get, let's say the knife that Seth showed was a jumbo trapper stag. Okay, you can buy that knife. I'm almost positive at least $10 cheaper from Deep South Cutlery. Now I don't know that. Don't hold me. Don't say Jim said I can get it $10. Don't do that. But go there, ask them what they got on it, and find out. The worst thing you can do is say, okay, thank you very much, and hang up. Or you may say, okay, here's my credit card number, get it coming to me, because it is by ad. Okay, they got the whole lineup. The trappers, the 4-inch Barlow, they got the 3 3/8-inch Barlow. They got, I'm not sure, all of them. They got a sheep's foot Barlow. I'm telling you, they have got some queen knives that are beautiful, just beautiful. So y'all get over there where you fit in there. Now then, after I gave Brother Stubbs that knife, see, I got on a rant there. Y'all saw that? I went ranting about something that ain't got nothing to do with what we're talking about. Anyway, Brother Stubbs, last Wednesday, I walked through there, and he pulled this knife out, and he said, here, Barlow, I want you to have this. I looked at it, and he had polished it, the blade. He got it all polished up. It was pretty nice, but it obvious that this knife it looked like it had been in the bilge of a boat. I don't know the story. I don't know where he got it. Didn't ask, didn't care. But when I saw what it was, I went, another one of them moments. Because back in the day, well, we'll get into that in a minute. But here, y'all saw the clip. So here's what I've done. Now, I'm not a leather worker, but I can replace these rivets, and I can make this sheath look better. I have a can of Rubidoux Creek leather conditioner, and I can't find it anywhere. Okay, I got the old man-itis on that. It's here. I know I just put it in something somewhere, and then one day I'm going to open up a box, and boom, there it'll be. But I had no leather conditioner, so the only thing I could do was use things that were available to me, and I did that. And I got it looking pretty good. First of all, I took some saddle soap and saddle soaped it, old can of saddle soap my dad's had for years. I've kept it. It's old. But you get it wet, rub it with a brush, and I took that brush and I rubbed this thing out, and the sheath, and all them rivets are rusted to heck. I need to get in there and fix those. I won't show y'all that handle too much. But anyway, the sheath is now supple. Okay, and see, all this kind of stuff is just permanent. I washed it, got it good and soaking wet. I put it out on the hood of my car, got rust stains and stuff. It needs to be, the rivets taken out, and it needs to be re-sewed, and then the original sheath will be back to where it needs to be. Okay, and then I'll have a completely original, or I can just go out there and get one of my boys. I know a guy that makes sheaths. Okay, know a couple of guys. Okay, y'all may have heard of them. They make their leather work is outstanding. Okay, completely outstanding. Okay, but anyway, let's get into the knife. Y'all saw the knife. It had a large clip point blade on it. It measured 5 and a little over 5.5 inches. I'll say 5 and 5/8 inches. Okay, beautiful, beautiful blade, beautiful blade shape. But the other day, Brother Aaron at A&W Custom Designs, he took a knife and modified the tip of it. Now, a while ago, I was talking about being, having some kind of, some kind of not fast, I don't know what you call it, some infatuation with his work and what he does and him and all that. And but I just everything he does inspires me, and I appreciate that. But anyway, he took uh, a buck fixed blade and he modified the blades, and that inspired me to do this. Now this blade now measures about 5 1/8. Okay, because I took a good inch. Well, maybe not an inch. I don't know how much I took off of it. Almost an inch. So I don't really know. I don't guess I have a tape measure right here. But anyway, here's what I came up with. Now when this goes by, y'all look at that handle. Once again, those are called Kobe boats. I don't have any Kobe boats, so I can't. I would just drill those out and put some Kobe bolts in there. Now look at that. Look at the finish on that wood. Look at that. I can get that where y'all can see it. I just don't know if I can get it in there where it needs to be. But uh, the wood was all dry, so I took something of it. Y'all don't laugh at my stuff now. Look at this. I got my broom closet is right here. Right, well, I guess y'all can't see it. My broom closet is right there. Okay, and it's got all kind of cleaning stuff, furniture polish and all that kind of stuff. So I took that's a wood cleaner. I cleaned this off and soaked it good. I'm talking about squirted it on there, just let it soak, and then squirted it on there, let it soak, and then I rubbed it all off, got it good and cleaned off, and I took some mop and shine, which is I don't have all this stuff, and I did a mop and shine and cleaned it up, and then I had some restore wood floor restore, and I went through with that, and then I took it out there and put it on the buffer, and I don't know why I can't get that to show up, but just a beautiful. All right, now y'all keep saying or I think y'all keep saying in your head, y'all going, why is this knife so special? All right, I'm gonna show y'all the tank stamp. That says in a cross, it says Maxam, Maxam, and underneath it in the little bow right there, I can get that where y'all see it. It says Japan. And y'all know I have a thing about Japan pocket knife. The original Maxam knife that I had was a great big old folded hunter that had finger grooves in it. Now I got this knife back in the early '80s maybe, and when I looked this knife up, that's they didn't have any specific date. Y'all look at that point. Okay, I'll get into that in a minute. But that's the original knife I had, and it was a beast. I mean, it snapped into a position, had a great big old, what I call a Turkish clip blade. When I say Turkish clip, man, you got to think about the eunuch sitting out in front of some guy's harem, guarding the door with this gigantic sword that had a big upsweep blade on it. That to me is a Turkish clip. So while I was working on this knife, I took it out there, got on a little birdie. Y'all find out more about little birdie in a minute, someday. Little birdie's a big part of my knife making career now. I'm not really a knife maker, but I'm going to try to make a couple. And we'll just see what happens because that's what old Big Jim does. Anyway, if you look at this blade, now I took uh, Brother Aaron's video that he did, that he dropped on Friday, I believe. He did it Friday and dropped it on Saturday. I don't really know. It was one of those overnight deals. I just don't know. But I watched it early in the morning on Saturday morning. And after I watched it, of course, I watched it again because I always, I have this learning problem, dyslexic. I have this learning problem. So I watched it again and kind of marked in my head some points and positions of things I wanted to look at. Okay, now if you look at the grind on this knife, also I added a choil. Now see that little bit of a sharpening choil? There was a lot of corrosion right there where the tang comes down and the blade grind starts. So I kind of just ground that out with a round where I put a little sharpening choil in there. Some didn't have to have, but I got rid of that little corrosion. See the corrosion on the blade? Right at the, okay, so I mean that's because this knife probably set it in the water for a long time. Got hot, got dry. You see that corrosion? Now I'm pretty good, but I can make that go away. But then the plunge line would be different, would be narrower, and it would change the aspects of the knife. Anyway, on Brother Aaron's knife that he did, you could tell that he was very conscious about the plunge line. So when I did this knife, the plunge line is consistent all the way until it gets to the point right here where the top of the blade stops. And when it comes up, the plunge line right here is the exact width of the plunge line down here, okay, down in this part. So that's important that's the attention to the details, guys. That's just something that that doesn't mean a darn thing to any of y'all. But as I was grinding this knife, and those of you who are done construction or do a lot of welding and stuff like that, when you grind a high carbon steel, whether it be high, let's say high carbon, like a buck knife. You put a buck knife on the grinder, it's going to shoot sparks way up in there, big spark. Okay, that's because of the carbon content. This is some good steel. If I couldn't have restored the handle, I would have broke the handle off there, and I would have rehandled this with some other kind of handle to get this knife back to where it's a usable shape, because it is a beast. Okay. All right, fellas, y'all, ladies, gentlemen. I hope y'all enjoyed my Modified Monday. I don't know how long it's going to be. It's going to be a pretty long video, but I mean, I got 3 knives, got all good. I hope everything lines up. I hope my editing program works. I hope I don't export it into YouTube and they say it, got some kind of problem and it won't download. But I'm going to get in there and download this part of it, and then I'm going to export it to YouTube, and I'm going to send it out there to y'all. I want all of y'all to have a blessed Monday. I hope the rest of your week is awesome. Y'all get in there and have a good time. Remember that God loves you. I love you. And as my family on YouTube, I want y'all to always remember rule number 9.
I used to sell crankbaits all over the world. I used to be a Boston crankbait maker. And my crankbaits were in Fisherman Magazine and Bassin Magazine every year. But I found out after making crankbaits, I'd rather just fish, and found out my true passion was in knife making.
All right, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome back to the Barlow Brigade. Just a beautiful day here in South Mississippi. I know y'all didn't come for the weather forecast, but they're predicting rain, 30% chance for the whole week. So that means they don't have a clue, which I understand. That's yeah. Today, of course, is Modified Monday. This is a hashtag put out by Aaron Williams. Brother Aaron has, in his last video, made a observation that he's not sure if he started the hashtag or who started it, but his wish is that if you modify anything, I don't care if you take a pipe wrench and cut a notch in it so it'll fit on a certain fitting, and you modify it to make it productive. He wants you to drop that. Use his hashtag, and so basically it's he's about artsy leather work, everyday use leather work, knives. But he's just an artist. I mean, he's helped people with their logos. He's just the guy. Just and I've had a couple people make comments and things, or say something to me about, boy, you got a man crush, or you're infatuated. Well, no, yes, maybe. Okay, I don't know. Our relationship is very cordial. He throws stuff at me, I throw stuff at him. He helps me a lot whenever questions come up about things. But anyway, Aaron Williams, A&W Custom Design. Y'all, most of my viewers know about him because if you follow me for a minute, I do this every Monday, and I will continue to do it because I like messing with knives. And today I'm going to show you two knives in one set, and then I'm going to show you another knife that's all on my own. I just went out and did it because I like the way it was, and I like the way it is now. And then the last knife was totally inspired by the last video that A-Dub put out. So let's get on in there. I have I'm trying to stick to my format. I put a format together and printed out a computer paper with the format of what I want to do. So that was my greeting, and what we're going to do today. And the second part of it says clean up on aisle 4. Okay. Yesterday I shared this knife with y'all. This is something that I got from Kodiak Edge, Mr. G. Gordon Holman, G-Man, and I showed this to y'all. It is a sod buster. It's called, and I didn't have any of these details yesterday, so I'm going to share the details with y'all now. It's called the Kodiak Edge Sod Buster. It is the exact same size as a Sod Buster Junior. Just blistering sharp. Great 1084 high carbon steel. And the base price is $75, which is, if you go buy one of these bone handle case soddies, that's what it's going to cost you. But all you get's a soddy. I mean, I know it's a case. I got you. I understand. But most of those are in stainless. If you want the carbon ones, they're a little higher. They're usually 65 to 85. But anyway, just a great everyday carry knife. Just, if you're, anyway. But that 75 is where it starts. If you want buffalo horn scales, or if you want a leather sheath, everything is this is just called the original Kodiak Edge Sod Buster, and this is the way it comes. But you can get it as dressed up as you want it, or as basic as you want it. Okay, I hope I've answered all those questions, but if you got any more questions, let me know. Turnaround time on that, I would probably say, is less than 10 days. You order it. As soon as he gets the money, he sends you the knife, and you will not have any complaints. Okay, I hope y'all got that. Now, the first set of knives we're going to talk about is from this gentleman right here, Clark Kentucky Knives. Okay, y'all know him. He's the guy that gives everybody thing. Well, at the knife show here in Wiggins, he gave me one of his little burlap bag thing, slam full of knives. I haven't actually counted them, but the two that I'm fixing to show y'all came out of that bag. I've done restorations. They didn't need to be fixed, but I did restorations. Okay, and they're both Barlows. Okay, this is what I call a hubcap Barlow. It's got the covers clip on, but just a wonderful knife. Got your standard clip blade. This is Ireland, I believe. Well, I might all put my glasses on so I can see what I'm looking at. Yeah, this is Imperial Ireland. Okay, great. Look at that Tina. Great carbon steel. Great walking tall. No half stop. But listen. Now I put this through. This went through the entire spa treatment. Got the entire Barlow Brigade uppings. Okay. So this turned out great. It's a beautiful pocket knife. It will go right into my collection. I have one of these, but it's an advertising knife. Same knife, but it has advertising on the blade. Some chemical company, which is fine. You know, Barlow, I mean, they're different. So that's where I'm at. Now I told y'all in a couple of tease videos that I had a failure, and this is the knife with the failure, and I'm gonna show it to y'all. There it is. Don't look too bad. Nice looking Barlow. Okay, but if you notice right there, you probably saw it. This is a saber, and it's made in Ireland. Great little, got the little pointy clip blade, good snap, but it doesn't snap like it's supposed to, and I'll show you why. Okay, y'all look at these bolsters. Kind of got crushed, didn't it? Yeah, how flat that one is. And just to tell you the truth, ain't nobody to blame but old Big Jim. Okay. This one, if you'll notice, has no pins. Okay. And these are notorious for those pins to pop off. I mean, those covers, little plastic covers, just pop off because you put a screwdriver under the edge of them, give it a little twist, and it'll pop right off. It just snaps on. So every time I get one of these, I take it and put a big dollop of Gorilla Glue in there and glue those covers onto the thing. Well, most of y'all have seen these little vices. You know, got the suction base. You get them from Harbor Freight. They got rubber jaws, and I put my super glue in there, and I was trying to make sure that I lined up the covers because they'll move a little bit. I lined them up and got them in the vise, and I was paying attention to the covers to make sure they didn't move. And I turned that vise, and then I felt it. I said, "Oh Lord, I should have put it in this way, okay, instead of with the bolsters in the vise." And so there's nobody to blame but me. There's nothing wrong with this Barlow, and it certainly won't go anywhere because it was a present from my friend, my brother in Blades, Mr. Dwayne Clark at Clark Kentucky Knives. All right, guys, I'm fixing to play y'all a clip of the next project. It's a jumbo trapper made by Rough Rider, and y'all pay attention to the clip because you're gonna see. I want you to look at the condition of the covers because it don't look nothing like that no more. So let's. I'm gonna stop this video, go download it, get it off my phone because my phone acting crazy, and then reset everything, and then I'll come back. Let's see what time we got. It's I guess that's 12 o'clock, 12:15. We'll come back, and I'll start the another clip, and we'll talk about the Rough Rider Jumbo Trapper. All right, guys. Hope y'all watched that clip and saw the next item that's up for display. While I was in there downloading that clip and putting it in my editor and all that kind of stuff, my boy at Arizona EDC, Louis, I call him Zona. He dropped a video, and I instead of me sitting here and telling y'all about Kodiak Edge, the guy that I showed this knife and display, Louis just did a 4-minute video. It won't take you but a minute to watch it, about a buck 112 that Gordon Holman G-Man modified, and he dropped it as a modified Monday. So y'all need to go over and have a look at that. I'm just you know, you think this guy's a joke? Real deal Holyfield. Okay, now the knife I should just showed y'all is the Rough Rider Jumbo Trapper. It's coming in this beautiful Howard Bentley slip. We can get his stamp in there, USA, Howard Bentley. If y'all contact this guy, you want some quality leatherwork, especially he is a folding hunter guru. His collection is unbelievable. Anyway, here's what I did. I burnt this bad boy. I hope that's coming through, guys. This thing is beautiful. I did it. It's beautiful. Sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all say what you want to say. You can do what you want to do. Y'all have your own opinion. That's fine. I love every one of y'all, and I respect your opinion. But I don't care who you are. It's bone. It's not stag. But I'm gonna tell you what. This is a 4 and 5/8 inch. Most trappers are 5 and or 5 and a quarter. Okay, but they're not quite a quarter. Your case number 54 pattern is it's. But anyway, this is the what, baby? Okay, I'm sorry, guys. He's gotta have attention. There he is, Milo the man. I love my kitties. I won't eat to take care of my kitties. I'm just telling you. Now look here. It's carbon steel, y'all. Tanner. I use this in the kitchen this month I've been carrying my More Maker every day in Make America Great Again slip in honor of his father, Mike Yarlett Sr. Okay, and so I had to put me another knife in the kitchen. And what is today, the 20th? This is what the Tiners didn't have a tiner on it when I started using it in the kitchen. But I'm gonna tell you what, she tinered up good. And I know people I get all kind of grief and comments and stuff about Rough Rider this and Rough Rider that. I mean, this, you know, let's see if we can curlicue. I'm just saying. I ain't preaching to y'all. You know, goes right back up into the half stop. But this thing get you. Okay, let's cut your finger off right here. Listen. This will cut your finger off. If you slam that down, you're going to the hospital. If you slam that down on your finger. I'm just telling you. I'm the guy that's sitting here telling y'all that if you close this knife on your finger, you're going to get some stitches. Okay? This ain't gonna be no little something, put a Band-Aid on, go on about your business. Look at that peanut butter spreader right there. That's a potted meat. Get after it. Get you some crackers. Son of a gun right there. Yes, sir. Look at them teeners. Let me go ahead and get it open for y'all. Okay. I carry this in that folding hunter sheath because it fits perfect. Them teeners, y'all. You don't get no better than that. All right. And after I burned it, I want to carry it more and more. Okay, well, you said that first plate was pretty sharp, right? And I didn't like that little curlicue. Let's see if we can get y'all nothing. Well, I can't get one of them fine ones like I did on that first plate. But right back into the half stop. There you go, guys. The Rough Rider Jumbo Traveler. I guess I could probably try. You know, problem I have with this stun gun is I can't see this thing tang stamps. But this is a Rough Rider. I can't see it. Anyway, y'all look at it. It ain't hard to find. Okay, the $24 or $23 that this will cost you to get from Smoky Mountain Knife Works is worth every penny. All right, guys, I've been to put the Barlow Brigade banger of the day on there, and it was all inspired by this gentleman. Okay, so I'm gonna go download this clip. I'll be right back. Y'all go watch that video that Louis, Arizona EDC, put up about a buck 112 light that Gordon Holman modified. If that's not a banger, I need to quit talking about pocket knife. I'm just telling y'all.